Theme song. Stardate 526. Captain Annie is doing some recycling because, yes, she's the captain, but she doesn't shy away from doing the work to keep things going here on board the SCS Lotus. We are a little bit out of mass support right now, and I think it is time to get ready for the final phase of the ship, which is getting rid of all the crap that we don't need, selling it, I suppose, getting rid of these prisoners who are using up a lot of oxygen and whatnot, and a lot of power, I've noticed, is actually being used by the medical beds. All of my medical bay is totally full right now, and I think that draws a fair amount of power out of each one. What are we looking at here? 0.9. That area seems to be dragging a lot of power out. I'm hoping that eventually we can take that area, this med bed power drain off the grid, and get back into a better power scenario. We're starting to get on top of it a little bit, but yeah, we're just not quite putting away the electricity that we would like to be putting away in the batteries for the battles to come. We don't want fluctuating power during the battles. And speaking of the battles, Captain Annie kind of fills in Lana and Dr. Thumbs and Demonius in the aft starboard deck. I think this is the starboard side of a ship. I'm not sure how it would work in space, but I assume it's still port and starboard in space. It's all starboard. Look, we're not going to get into it. I don't know what I'm talking about, and I never have. But I just like to think that Captain Annie here is filling some folks in on what the plan is. We're going to probably sell off a lot of these prisoners. I don't think we need... all our shooty teams are nice and full. All 4 of them are good to go. We could look through all these people, but again, we don't need to. So Captain Annie orders us to warp. For the first thing we need to go do is look for merchant or military alliance, so we can get rid of these prisoners with the military and get rid of a lot of material with some merchants. We've found some nearby military alliance, so we're going to drop out and get rid of some of our prisoners that way, hopefully improve our relations even more. Hopefully. We'll find out. I think our relations are pretty good with the military. The MAS DAF... What was it? I missed it. All right, so let's just probably sell the entire Slavers Guild group, and we can get a relationship boost out of that, which would make them more friendly, or we can ask for a price. I'm going to ask for a price on this one instead of getting a relationship boost. We're already doing so well, and we're going to maybe need credits in the future. Let's accept and take that. And then while Lana is collecting all of our prisoners, let's also sell off some of our junk and get ready for the battles to come. The beds are mostly cleared out. Vaughn over here, or Cassia 2, I can't even remember the episode where we decided to name her or him twice, is needing a little bit of help for a concussion, I think. But other than that, we've got all the prisoners moved out of here, and they're getting ready to be sent off to face justice. In the meantime, I've started trading just some scrap to get rid of it, but the military alliance has given me a ton of money, so they don't have any right now. So I'm trying to trade and give them a little bit of profit. There we go. So that's going to be good to get rid of another stack of this. Actually, several stacks of hull scrap. And that's going to help take some of the weight off the ship as well. I don't think that we need more hull scrap. Worst case scenario, we can always just assemble more hull with all of the pieces, the tools we have here, if we need to repair the ship or do anything with the ship. But I think this will be a good trade for now. I was looking into why I couldn't sell these folks off for justice, and I realized it's because they're from the Merchant Federation and can actually access they don't need any justice. I should be scanned and taken to task for these prisoners that I have that I'm trying to actively recruit anyway, so we'll keep them because we're recruiting them. However, that reminds me that we are in deep crud with the merchants. So no more merchant activity for us, I suppose. It is almost prohibitively expensive to improve your relationships. From a -100 to 50 would cost, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of spatial doubloons, which I've decided to call them spatial doubloons. So I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But I guess that's what happens when you build a ship this size with this much activity and able to feed everybody on the ship actual meals. I think what ends up happening is you're going to make a few enemies. But my goodness, is this ever a fully kitted out ship. I don't think we'll see the likes of her ever again, maybe, with unless you make an easy scenario, because Alpha 14 is hoping to be much more challenging, promising to be much more dangerous out there for us. So breathe it in while you can, because things are going to get more spicy in the future of Space Haven. Stardate 527, Captain Annie orders us into another sector to collect some supplies. Before we head out of this little tail galaxy, we'll probably take a look around really quickly. We'll head out of this tail galaxy and then over into the slavers' territory. Our mission? To eradicate all the slavers and cleanse that little star system. Then off to the pirates. And then after that, only then after that, might we seek out some refuge and some solace. For those of you wondering what this insufficient resource is here, it isn't water or energium, it's holler corpses, because we're doing some research that requires them. So Captain Annie has orders us to drop out in a nearby sector that has a derelict vessel. Obviously, we're also doing a little trading, but hopefully we can find ourselves a holler corpse in here and haul the corpse back over to research. Let's go find out. We dock near an opening and prepare to jump out. This is teams 3 and 4, I want to say. And they've surely by this point earned their wings. No, it's 2 and 3. Okay, that's fine. 2 and 3, but I noticed that Team 2 has Axel on board it, so congratulations, Axel. I believe back before the apocalypse, Axel was a game designer, and he would make space exploration video games. Like Star Heaven and other such explorer-type games. But now he is simply a trooper on team number 2. It's the 2nd Brigade, I guess you'd call it. Are these brigades? I forget what number. There we go. There's some haulers. All right, so stop and get ready. And obviously we're not too worried. They seem to be moving slowly. Here comes the charge. But again, there's not that many to worry about, and it looks like I don't know if that's generated a holler corpse. I think we're killing them too fast, maybe. Okay, teams 2 and 3 advance down this long hallway. Team 2 stops. I love that C key, which forces them to look the direction that you type it. So that'll stop them from running and immediately turn them to attack, which, big fan of that, big fan. Like, right now we kind of need to use it. Okay, that's a fair amount of haulers, but they'll deal with them in short order here. It's not, yeah, it doesn't seem to be generating corpses, though. I'm not sure what you need to do to generate a corpse. Let's pop this door and clean out all these bugs. Team 2 is going to go in here. Team 3, I want you to carry on down this hallway. Team 2, it looks like Dr. Thumbs, which is weird that Dr. Thumbs is on Team 2. I mean, he's a doctor, but I guess he's a military doctor now. And I think he thinks of himself a bit more as an exterminator than anything else. Look at all the shells littering the ground. Let's see if we can get that going again. Oh, I just love that. It was a bit more chaotic when there were more bugs, but... All right. Hopefully these will be... Like, that's an egg corpse. I don't think that's going to be... Like, maybe that is the... I don't know what that counts as, if that counts as the corpse or not. At any rate, it looks like, look at all this spore stuff in here. It's a good thing that you have to be captured before they infect you. Otherwise, we'd have some major infection problems. But I'm wondering if now at some point there'll be a little bit of spore able to spawn simply in the clouds of spores that we're dealing with. Okay, moving through here. I'm pretty sure you have to be captured before you have any chance of being infected, but it is a thought. A dangerous and scary thought. Okay, so we haven't taken... Oh, we did. We took the ship. All right, great. So we've taken the ship, and we've got a crawler corpse. So I think it is just a matter of timing. It's just a matter of probability that you might or may not get a hauler corpse. So we will need to continue working on finding a hauler corpse. I mean, maybe we can trade for one. I don't know if I've seen one, at least not on this ship, but maybe somewhere else. We'll have to keep our eyes open for some hauler corpses. Other than that, our preparations continue unabated. On our way out of the tail sector, we are pulled out of hyperspace near our ship graveyard and come face to face with a heavily armored merchant federation at minus 96 hostile. We're going to hail them here. I'm hoping to not have to do any battle with them at all. We do have our target jammer. So, I mean, if we're not careful, at some point they're going to try to board us, and that's going to cause even more tension. So, hopefully we can talk to them first. So, let's go with a ceasefire. Confirm ceasefire. I accept a ceasefire. Now, I think releasing captive crew, what would that do? Tell them we have captive crew. Release the prisoners and slaves back. Knows about captive crew members aboard your ships. They were pretty good. Power bounces +1. They're aware of it. It's going to go to minus 96, or it's going to go back to minus 100 if I don't. So I'm going to try to release them. We'll release Isla. They agree to pay for Isla. So we've given Isla back. Let's see if that goes to a 96 or if that gets a little better. I don't know. What do you think you're doing here? Where are you going? I don't want any of that. What are you doing? Sir Jeff? Sir Jeff? Whoa. Okay, mash the keyboard much? Okay. Sir Jeff, can you please just come home? I don't know why you wanted to go and look around in there. It just seems like you're wasting your time. Okay, here comes the settlement, and we were going to release one of our prisoners. We're keeping Elizabeth, I think, who is a weapons 3, accuracy 75, who's going to get much better once we win her over. And then she'll probably join one of our shooting teams. Maybe we'll get rid of Dr. Thumbs. Okay. Prisoner release is happening. Take your prisoner back. Enjoy having your prisoner back. Now let's give them a little hail. They're ceasefire still with us. Hail. Yeah, we can't trade with them. If only there was some other way to please. Yeah, see, that doesn't help because unless it tells you that it's going to improve the relationship, it's really not going to. So this could be a relationship of +12. That's 14,000 space credits and 30 hyperfuel just to get +12. We're going to need to do that like 100 more times. No, but at least 5 or 6 more times. And it's just not doable. I just don't see that happening. I like our position, and I don't feel weak enough that I need more friends like the Merchant Alliance. We'll just have to avoid them while we go to take down the slavers. But no, I will not be taking their ship down either. They've shown us no rage. It was simply because we took out that Baron. But the Baron was dealing with the slavers. I don't know why. I wish we could just communicate with them and tell them that we did that on purpose. We did a good thing. Alas. We can't negotiate with the harshness of space, and so we move on and run right into another. Okay. If anything, we need to make peace with them just so we can move about the universe freely. But instead, what's going to happen is we're just going to jump out of here. I have no reason to talk to you, and I don't have any interest in destroying your ships. Thank you, merchants. And so, Captain Annie oh, good lord. Okay, good, they left. Yeah, go there. That was weird. It looked like that ship went back in time, but they're not. They're going off to another universe. And we're back now in the main galaxy here, back on the main spiral arm. And so, Captain Annie compels us forward and deep into slaver space. What will we find there? Oh yeah, no hypersleep chambers is turned off for this save, but I think in our next run through of Space Haven it'll be turned on just to give us even more of a spicy challenge. What are we going to find in the slavers sector? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to find. I imagine we're going to find several slavers and our next targets. We're still looking for that hauler corpse, and I know it's dangerous because we are in enemy territory, but nonetheless, Captain Annie sends the dynamic teams. Oh my goodness, to go get killed apparently. Tanya, where's Tanya? We got to get... I need to locate Tanya here because it's going to be impossible to click on her. I think we can try. Never mind, it's not impossible at all. She's unconscious now. Okay, so that's not ideal. We need to deal with these haulers. I really thought that was going to be a lot more simple. But they kind of surprised us there, not going to lie. Okay, be careful. We're going to need to clean this out. Nisman, can you just maybe get Tanya and just put her in the shuttle at least? And then Nisman, come on out. We're going to need to take a look at their schedules because there is a little bit of not ideal overlap in terms of... I mean, you want full overlap is what you want, I guess is what I'm saying. And they have some folks on break when the others are asleep. Some folks are working while the others are asleep. So the shooty teams need to be unified for the upcoming war. Creepy Bridgie, go and pop this door since you're there. And then move to this position, start roasting those eggs while we deal with these haulers. Crawlers, I guess. I'd still like to find a crawler corpse. And again, I said the wrong word. Hauler corpse. Creepy Bridgie, go deal with that egg. I know I've left you behind, but I kind of want you to... I think you can just deal with that. Got another ship. Is that one of mine? Okay, incoming micro-meteoroids. We're going to have to make a little faster work of this area. Let's go and take a look at this room here. All right, we've claimed it. Do we get a hauler corpse? Another crawler corpse. Well, there you go. I don't want to make enemies with the military, so we're just going to avoid taking that slave collar. No point. Thankfully... Oops, wrong team to draft. Thankfully, everybody survived. Tanya will need some minor medical attention for that. But let's get those few resources, which are somewhat useful. Some food and water, of course. And let's get out of here before the micro-meteoroids make their way through the rest of our shields. All right, their schedules are more in line with each other now. There's 3 different shifts, an afternoon, a morning, and an evening shift. And we've spread it out well enough, but I've also given them more break time and more sleep time in general, just to maintain higher stamina overall across the entire crew. And we're also, again, in a late game, so there's a little bit of management left to do as far as Energium and stocking up some supplies and maintaining the food. But we're not trying to build. We're not trying to manufacture like crazy anymore. We are in a state where this ship, similar to Star Trek, can just float and maintain and exist. And I just love it. Captain Annie seems nervous, though. She's not happy with this newfound extra sleep time because she knows what it means. And it means red alert to shields and turrets. And navigation, why not? Because we are jumping in search of a target. After a couple of jumps, we come face to face with a few slaver ships. The evasion has failed, but it looks like one of them is leaving, so we'll only have to contend with one, probably one at a time. I wonder if in Alpha 14 the AI will be amended such that the other slavers will come to the faction's aid when these things drop out. Nevertheless, the SCS Lotus drops out right in front of the SGS Aya's Hope. It's a fairly well-armored vessel, 2 shield arrays as far as I could tell. Not sure, what else has going for it. I'm going to actually power down the shields so that I can pull up my turrets and start attacking with the energy turret, start attacking what we've learned, which is... okay, well, we've got to wait for the targeting jammer, I think, to power down. The only reason I'm doing this is because they take a while to decide to board you. So let's go into the targeting jammer. Or I guess we could go to the shield array, which I believe is this one here. System readiness. Yeah, overview, jobs. Okay. So we could just turn logistics off of the targeting jammer, maybe? Oh, wait, there's a way to do it. Repair, stop charging. That's what we wanted. Okay, so let's leave logistics on. We don't care. We just want it to stop charging. Once it gets low enough, we should be able to target their their deck, because it's just going to take forever to wait for them. So I'm wondering if we have enough shields to weather some of these attacks. If not, then we can just power this back up, and hopefully that will convince them to come and attack us. There we go. So they've lit us up, started lighting us up with a lot of firepower. We're not going to use our missile launchers just yet. We're just going to try to work through their shields, although we're not doing really nearly as well. So I might need... How many system points do I have? 4 left. I could actually get... I think I could stand 2 more weapons up somewhere. So I could find a spot for that. Keep an eye on my shields for a second here, but if I find a spot for another energy turret or something... I mean, I could put it here, actually. Like, get rid of some of this extra storage that we don't need, or get rid of some of the storage back here, and and get a laser weapon there. We have not managed to work through their shields, and a shuttle is boarding us. So let's get shields back up. But it's at least, I guess, coaxed them to come and get us. And let's charge this guy again. If they can get that charged, because we have actually lost our shields. It's not one of my braver moves ever, but it's going to be fine. So we're going to draft these people. Oh, that's not great. That's not ideal. We have drafted somebody who was working in that bay, and they were, in fact, working the shields console. So we do need to get somebody to that shields console. Okay, Harkwood is on his way. That is quite a walk. So they're going to dig through a lot of our shield and maybe punch a few holes in our hull in the meantime. We're firing back. Their shields are low as well. Starting to take some injuries here. Captain Annie is coming to defend. Axel is on maintenance. And they're boarding us. Really, if anything, it's given them the idea that they've got the advantage on us, but they certainly do not. And they board. And they find themselves instantly overpowered. Quite a fight breaks out, and it looks like Frank needs to pull back out of there. Axel is walking into the fire, but I think the fire is over. And we are also not targetable anymore, so we can patch our wounds up. And I think I would like to... okay, we want to patch our holes, get the shields back up, and then we're going to go launch an attack on their vessel. I think I would like to... okay, Captain Annie, go and see what they're all about up here. Draft. Go and deal with them. I would like to get some more weapons involved in this vessel so that we can actually choose whether we fight or whether we just sit there and wait to be boarded. Take crew as prisoners. And let's move them to the brig and get ready for some boarding. So I'm going to clear out all of the storage back here. This is going to be a tremendous amount of work, but at least it'll give the robot something to do for a little while, and some of the idle crew. I think we can get 2 more weapons back here. It's not going to look very symmetrical and nice, so I could consider that. Maybe we could clear out this area here and then move a few items over. What would we need to move? We need to re-sort all these robot bays, but we could potentially get 2 more energy turrets back here. Yes, missile turrets would be nice. Maybe we could just do 2 missile turrets. What do we have currently? We have an energy turret, another energy turret, and then I believe we have a missile turret over here. So if we had just 2 energy turrets slowly working through their shields, then we could attack with a bunch of missile... As soon as the shields get low enough, just light them up with missile turrets. Or do we kind of want to go the other way around? I think we want to go the other way around in that we do a lot of energy turrets to get rid of their shields quickly, at which point we can start poking holes in their command center. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because if you can do that, it will pull them, the folks, and if you're right that there's a command center there, it will pull them off of the command center to go get a spacesuit before they come back and sit down at the turret controls again. So that gives you a bit of an unfair advantage for a little bit. So I think we'll experiment with mostly laser guns and then just this 1 missile launcher just to help poke some holes once we really get into the combat. SGS Aya's Hope leaves the sector, leaving 4 of their crew behind, or whoever we saved, I guess. And he's dragging... Where is he taking that body? Where are you taking that body, Nisman? And wait, who is that? Who are you carrying? Let's find out. You were carrying Lawson, I think? Or was Lawson carrying Nisman? I don't know what was going on there, but I don't know where my prisoners are. I think they're in the... yeah, here they are. So we've got Adrian and Jane, which we will try to keep. I don't think... we're going to have to sell them off, but we'll keep them alive at least. Oh, wait, hang on. We definitely want to recruit Adrian Reschelt, though. Adrian's probably one of the good ones we want to keep. But since Aya's Hope has left, that gives us a bit of time to sort this out here and prepare our back 2 sections. Another thought I was having is maybe we go, like, that's a lot of weapons and that's nice, but a scanner could also be useful. That, however, does mean I'm going to need to get rid of something. I like the targeting jammer. I like having at least 2 shield batteries. We could get rid of a hull stabilizer, but I think we only have 1, 2... Okay, we have 4 hull stabilizers, so we could potentially get rid of a hull stabilizer as well. Although, you know, again, nice to have. It gives 50 more hull stability, which it's hard to tell what we have. But I guess if we were to convert ourselves to a warship and we sacrifice a bit of hull stability, that's not a terrible sacrifice to make. Let's put a scanner back here. So let's dismantle this hull stability integrity guy. And hopefully that'll be enough when we get into the real nitty-gritty of the attack. A veritable hubbub of activity is going on in the sort of cargo section, defensive section there. Where's Captain Annie? Oh, yeah, because you accepted those prisoners. Whoops. Drafted for a long time, potentially. We are still working on clearing out all of the mess back here and then back here. I'm going to have to reorganize where these robots are. I've also asked for the lights to be removed so that we can maybe line some up against the wall here and get another weapon or two into these spots. I think I have enough storage, and we don't need more stuff. I mean, we're just filthy rich at this point. So we don't really need that stuff. That being said, everything is set up. Everything is going well for our slight overhaul. Look how busy they all are. I love seeing that. However, in about a few minutes here, an incoming slaver ship will arrive. The Morning Wolf. Very cool name for a ship. And a very heavily armored ship, but I had also put shields back on red alert. So for a while, we're going to sit here, wait them out, and see if they don't try to board us as well. Oh, we do have this scanner, though, too, don't we? Let's get operations powered up so we can just, like, look around and see how many people they have. In the meantime, let's wait them out, because right now I don't want to try any fancy business. We're still getting our ship back, retrofitted into combat mode, so let's hang tight for a bit. A scan of their command deck reveals quite a lot of people, but not too much activity. Maybe it looks like... Are they finally going? Are they finally moving yet? No, I don't know. But they do have a ship chock full of crew, so it's going to take a few boardings to really get things moving here. I'm wondering if I could spur things along by sending out an away team or something. Like, what is team... Okay, why is Scroats having so much trouble here? Where is Scroats? Okay, there's Scroats. So he is too tired for work. Maybe it's because the schedules shifted and he missed a day of sleep or something. Because I did do the schedule shift recently. But I'd like to take these folks, or at least somebody, out on... He's not even anywhere near sleep. Okay, well, let's override his schedule here and put him to sleep for 5 hours. I would like to find somebody with good stamina. Nisman is also having issues with energy. I don't know what's going on there. I need to make sure that they have at least the same level. But there's must be something else dragging their energy down a little faster than the others, maybe? I'm not sure. Regardless, once this coffee break is done, I might try to sneak over there. Maybe not pop in through the front door because, that'll cost me at least a few people probably in the gunfight. But maybe I can spur a little bit of a counterattack from them. Let's see if that theory works out. Okay, so let's draft them and put them in a nearby shuttle over here. Report to the starboard deck. Oh boy, I hope I'm saying that right. And let's go just dock over there and just see what happens. And actually, this could also be a good time to give their defenses a little scan, too. So let's take a look at the... Weird. Okay, here they go. Here come the defenses. So there must be a row back here that I didn't quite position that scan quite correctly. But Uria is ready, and there's got to be 3 or 4 people right there. So far, it hasn't triggered a counterattack. Okay, let's go dock on that side of the ship and see if that changes anything. And my scanner's ready, so let's just take a look. If I position it here, we can probably see... Can't quite get past that block there. Looks like Miles is there at least. Okay, well, I'm not about to start them on a fool's errand of that attack because that is a heavily armed pirate vessel. It didn't really seem to spur them to action very much. So we're going to continue hanging on while we continue getting ready for combat mode over here. And the Morning Wolf leaves without a boarding. I wonder if the size of the ship is going to create a situation where they're just not going to board us that often. So I think going into a more attack stance here and just not charging the targeting jammer when we don't want to charge it, I think that's going to have to be our strategy moving forward here. I also might put a weapon there, and then we can maybe we can move this guy over here or something like that. Have our targeting jammer here and our scanner here. Then we could get a weapon here. No, I guess the scanner being kind of off-put there is good. And then we'll put the targeting jammer maybe just like somewhere else. We'll figure out a spot for it. Stardate 532. The Avengers Fist drops in. And actually, we don't have our shields on red alert. I wasn't quite paying attention, just really trying to get some progress made on these weapons here. We've cleared out this area, so I'm going to probably put some storage back in. But what I think I'm going to do is move the... where do we want to put it? Yeah, right next to the engines, I think, is going to be the best spot. So we're going to actually move the targeting jammer, although I don't want to move it just yet. But we're going to move the targeting jammer here, and then put some robots and various other things that we can have in that space there. And then probably a small storage for any ammunition, although the targeting jammer doesn't need it. But what I'm thinking is we move this missile turret over to here as well. So that's going to free up these two prongs on the Lotus, and that's going to give it a nice sort of forward-facing 4 disruptor turrets. And that's going to be a very dangerous ship, I imagine. In fact, it's probably why we aren't been attacked yet. They're looking at this ship. They're looking at the size of it. Maybe they even scan it a little bit, and they're just like, oh my goodness, I don't know how we're ever going to take the Lotus over. And I want them to remember that, because that is the truth. There is just no way to take this beauty of a ship over. Let's get our operations powered up and take a look at what's in there. Take a look at what they're doing. Because I'd like to move this targeting jammer and get some disruptors up. We could move this missile launcher soon, but I kind of want it... I don't know why, but for some reason I want it here so that it can be also loaded up with ammunition. There's a part of me that's like, well, if there's going to be prisoners nearby and they break out, yes, they could damage the missile launcher, but at least they can't damage the targeting jammer. Now that, of course, is gameplay that is in my head and not in the game. That's not real. I don't think... Do they ever break out? They've never broken out. Either I am very good at prison management, which is, I think if you've seen this channel, not true, or it's just not part of the game. But I would say, knowing the Bug Bite team, I would say it's not part of the game yet. Okay, so Griffin is there. Their shuttles are still docked, and they have a few people. It's hard to tell how many they have or have left with the one scan. I wish we could build like a bunch of scanners. Maybe we could, actually. I bet you could get a bunch of scanners going on, but that's going to cost you a lot. And we're about to have a nice warship ready to go. Okay, things are getting a little spicy now. We have a second ship coming in. Not sure how I feel about that. That's going to be a bit of a problem. Maybe the two of them could go after me. I think this one's probably going to be the Mournful Hound again or something. We're going to have to get ready here. How is the unloading going? Hurry up. Potentially our life depends on it, maybe potentially. And we also have to always keep a second eye on those shuttle bays. As soon as they activate, we do not want to get caught with our proverbial pants down, because that really is the only way to lose control of this ship. They appear to have switched spots, so the other ship is coming in while the other ship has left, so that's all right. They don't seem to have big designs for destroying me just yet. So I'm going to place the targeting jammer here, and I'm actually going to just... we have 3 hours. We could just move it then. I was just going to build a second one and then dissolve it, but let's just move this one and see if that's a bad idea or not. Jobs. Okay, tank is already on his way. We're also going to move one of the robot stations over here. I think there's plenty of room for a bunch of things. Maybe even, like, we could put a little couch and table here just for fun. Could be kind of nice, like a little waiting room outside of this. And then we're going to grab another robot station, I think. Let's grab... I think we can place 3 in a row here. So we're just going to move this one over here. Okay, great. Then let's get some lights. Let's do one of these lights here. And maybe another light in between in that column there. And then, I don't know, yeah, can we just put a table here for fun? What about a couch? What would that do? What would that look like? What if we did a couch like so? I wonder if we did... Okay, hear me out. We do this just for fun. Then we're going to move this guy. Now, here... Okay, this is a stupid idea. And the reason this is stupid is because of the comfort rating of being right near an oxygen generator. So we'd make a place for them to hang out right near somewhere where they're constantly getting a comfort debuff. So that was a pretty stupid idea. But, I mean, I guess we could just put some storage there. So let's get that moved you know, a lot quicker than this, please, tank. At least we have our shields on red alert. Operations, we don't really need on red alert. Let's get our turrets on red alert and prepare to do some battle here with a semi-unprepared ship, might I add. We're going to move this storage to face that direction. I'm going to move this robot charging station to face that direction, and I'm going to move this one to face this direction. And then I think I'm going to build another logistics robot right here. I think there's room. We'll just have to wait till the deconstruction happens. Then that should be enough to get a system missile turret right there. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to build that one just in case I'm going to be using this one to fight with for a second. So Creepy Bridgie has got that one powered up, and we have 2 shields going. Pretty soon we'll have our targeting jammer. Looks like we're out of power here. Oh, I see. There's just isn't any. What is this? What is this linked to? 2 and 3 and 2 and 3. Aya's Hope is back. So this ship, we took some of their people. So I think they might find themselves, you know, wanting some retribution. Hopefully they just come and try to board us. But oh no, never mind. That's not a board situation. So let's go after their command deck. And how are we doing here? Jobs. Oh, assign hull block. Nisman, just get on it right now. We just need to make sure all that is assigned. Oh, this was maybe a bad idea. We could just get a ceasefire if we needed to. So let's make sure operations is on red alert. Once we see somebody in operations there, so they're going to it, maybe we'll just call them up. Once our shields get a little low. For right now, we can just work on this. Now, there has been some chat that it's easier. I mean, the missile launcher is better when there's no shields. However, I mean, I think it still does damage, does it not? It's hard to tell. It's the same. Oh. Yeah, it seems to be doing some kind of amount of damage. In fact, we are working through their shields a little faster than they're working through ours, and we have the same shield battery situation. Although we also, maybe it's because we have a person operating it. Miles, I wish you had a little bit of jog in you, and I would like to see that in an update. The ability to just jog. Yeah, I don't know. The missile launcher is not very useful, sure, but it looks like it's doing a fair amount of damage. So a couple more shots and we'll take out their... Excuse me. I said a couple more shots and we'll take out their shields. And then we've stopped firing for some reason. Oh, they're all getting reloaded. Oh, and now we have a hull breach. Okay, let's give them a quick hail because our logistics are now part of the problem. So let's go ceasefire. What is 125? Is that... Oh, they're going to charge me. Oh. Or we'll just accept their ceasefire. Oh, I love it. Okay, let's not talk to them, though, while we take this ceasefire. Object on a power grid. That's fine. We're going to fix that right now. We're going to get our targeting jammer built. We just need a few more weapons, and then we need to keep them, you know, operational, because that's pretty abysmal. We do have a hull breach over here, and Captain Annie is coming to fix that, so that's good. People are taking some injuries without O2 there. Okay, that's not ideal. It's also gotten very cold, probably because of the vacuum of space. But I think that's the only hull breach that we have to be worried about right now. Okay, let's patch that up. Excellent work. Let's get that missile turret loaded up with, you guessed it, missiles, please. And yeah, this is an odd configuration for storage, but I think for now that'll work. And I'd like, as I said before, another logistics station right there. And we should hopefully... Okay, let's go rules and bring... Actually, no, wait. Let's select all and not allow things, but then bring all the explosive ammunition to the missile bay and maybe something else if we want it. But right now, we don't really need anything in that area other than those explosives. Over here, we can put another storage bay in, but we at least have our ceasefire up and running. Can we just, like, decline the ceasefire now or something? Continue. It's declaring war because now our targeting jammer is up and running. Very good. So this should mean... Okay, we can dismantle this And we can build 2 more disruptors. Oh, things are looking good. Another energy turret right here. And we'll get another energy turret here. Storage might be an issue, because it's going to be hard logistically. We need to put some storage nearby. And I wish, again, this is another piece I would like to mod or create or see them implement. Some sort of ability to make a single tile storage. Just a little locker where we can have maybe even just, 1 stack or 10 items or something. Like maybe 10, put like 10 energy rods right there or something. So I need to find a spot for storage that's near enough to these that we can reload them quickly. Like this one has that. What do you have there? Some energy cells. And you've got some energy cells and explosive ammunition. Yeah, this is a well-designed spot, but these ones are a little too tight to keep operational. And in classic solid content form, I was simply not paying attention, and they have boarded, attempting to, I guess, blow themselves up by blowing up SR over here. I'm not sure why they're doing that instead of the people that are actually attacking them, but we have now lost a robot and damaged our ship somewhat. And it looks like our combat is over as soon as it was... Wait, who's this? It's an empty shuttle, okay. Well, the combat wrapped up as soon as it had begun, which is a little bit silly, and we now have a whole stack of prisoners. Take crew as prisoners. Great, so that's another 4 people out of the... I like their all orange jumpsuits. But that's another 4 out of that ship that we previously were attacking. Serves me right for not paying attention. Honestly, I was selecting every so often and just trying to keep an eye on the shuttles, but I turned away for a second while I was making sure our disruptors were built, and now we have some disruptors. So let's take a look at our... there we go. Let's give them a little scan here and see what they've got going on. So there's Le Grand, and again, it's going to be hard to figure out who's left on the ship, but we might as well practice with our new forward-facing 4 bays of disruptors and a missile launcher. So we might as well, like, loosen them up a little bit, although I am waiting for them to get loaded. Custom logistic priority highest. And let's do that for all of them, I guess. Custom logistic priority highest. These should be the absolute most important thing at all times. I imagine they are when we're in combat. But I'm not sure how that works, so I'm just going to micro that now. We'll do that to all of them. And once they're loaded up, 1 left. Let's go ahead and start uncharging. Okay, take that away. Stop charging that. And let's take operations off. We don't need it right now. And let's get somebody to load that up here. Do we have a job? Okay, Gerard Butler's doing that. Now, how many do we actually have in stock? 10, so we're going to need to make more of those. That's not where you make them. Well, now I can't remember where to make them. Here, there we go. Okay, let's go. Yeah, produce if less than 40. There we are. We need a bunch of those. And we have a lot of both of these. However, are we that low with energy rods? Oh my goodness, we are low on energy rods. So that should be, because that's stuck at less than 50. So let's just do a bunch there for now. Are they booting up their engines? It doesn't look like they're booting up their engines. I'm not really sure what they're planning on doing. So let's tear a hole in their ship. What do you say? We're still waiting for this one to get filled with Gerard Butler. Where are you, Gerard? Oh, he's trying to... Okay, he's trying to do his logistics, and then it's his bedtime. Here we go. The attack has begun. So let us counterattack right at the command deck there. Gerard Butler finally getting that one loaded. My goodness. Okay. Our shields are really getting cut down quite fast, unfortunately. Let's get the missile launcher waiting. Their shield's a little lower, I think. And let's get it involved soon. We might have to just go below our shield capacity here for a little bit. Okay, this one's getting low. We're going to need some more ammunition pretty soon here. Their shields are getting low. I'm going to start loading up the missile launcher and start firing directly at their command deck. A couple of good hits onto their hull right away. We're eating through their hull a lot faster than they're eating through ours. And hopefully if we can plug a hole here, then the Aya's Hope is going to start suffering damage. Yep, there we go. We've got a hole. That should drag somebody away, and their guns fall silent. For a moment, while they run to go get spacesuits, their guns fell silent. Oh, beautiful. That's giving us time to get our shields back up, and the Aya's Hope does not stand a chance. Now, we are outgunning them a little bit, so decline. But this is a strategy we discovered in the live streams, and I've got to say, it is quite effective. So here comes the impending destruction of the Aya's Hope, which is going to provide for... Oh, it escaped and was destroyed and respawned, and it's been destroyed, and we're good. One of the good reasons for destroying a ship is now, because of Alpha 13, we don't need to go through these airlocks, which will be well defended. We can go take a look at the back door here and slowly clear the ship, which the alarm sounds and our folks begin to do. Okay, so there's some repairs to do. We're going to get those done. Let's see how my people are doing. Okay, 3 shooty teams are about to be, their sleep schedule's going to be done. So once they wake up, we'll go and find these oxygen-starved people and give them a right good shooting. Sorry, folks, your coffee break is put on hold for a moment while you go on board. Let's keep Captain Annie's team for any, like, as a quick reaction force. Or I guess we're not even going to draft them, so they're a slow reaction force. But I just want to see if we can do that with these 3 teams here. So let's go on board. All right, with our ships successfully docked, we begin our incursion. So this is team 3 here. And then we have team 2. They're going to enter. Oh, I think I paused it, didn't I? And then, so that's team 4. Hang on, I've got to slow time down here. At some point, they're going to attempt to defend this vessel, and I'm just not sure where. 3, there we go. So let's pull forward carefully and see what we're dealing with. So let's bring Team 2 up and pop this door. Okay, there we go. There's some attacking going on. Maybe I'm a little trigger happy. They are stormtroopers after all, but I don't really want to lose them. Okay, Vanessa, can you pop through there and see what's going on? Oh, get out. Okay, so there's a couple of them there. What do we have through this door here? See if we can't do an end run around them there. Okay, some rounds are getting through. Maybe close that door. We could always... I wonder if there's a good spot here where we could just, like, pop this door and get a good angle on them. Okay, we're going to need to reposition ourselves here, I think. We're not in a good spot. There's a lot of doors here. Okay, and I'd like to meet up with my main force, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be in trouble if we try to do too much fancy maneuvering here. So let's go through this area here, this part of the destroyed ship. Okay, here we go. Can we maybe deal with Hudson pretty quick? We caught one singled out by himself. Didn't put up much of a fight, so I doubt he's going to be very useful to us. Axel, ever the brutal killer, deals with Hudson. We turn and we find Kyoko. That's pretty good. Good fire on Kyoko. Kyoko will give up pretty quickly. So that's good. If we can get them all singled out, this is going to give us a chance to hopefully not take too much damage. And that's something I have to remember for all of these upcoming attacks. Yes, it feels like I'm very strong, but at the end of the day, these are all the same Space Haven, soldiers that we've always been fighting with. The only difference being we actually have... Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's bring these folks forward and let's pop this door and get them in the back. It's gonna be a bit of crossfire, but there we go. Okay, move forward a bit. What are you still firing at? There's still somebody there, that means, I think. Oh no, I guess we did it. All right. Nisman, move forward. That was a great pincer movement at the end there. Just keeping them back there. I think that might be another thing to think about. Maybe we bring all 4 teams in the future, but having splitting up a little bit offers us chances to flank rather than just moving forward as one giant unit. I imagine that they were very terrified towards the end there when we popped the door behind them. Oh, look at all the blood from them, their wounds. And there we have it. The Aya's Hope has been taken down. We now have a lot of prisoners and mouths to feed. But hopefully profitable mouths. While exploring things, Kathy runs into I guess a main room that's just full of smoke. I guess this was their cafeteria. That's what the word I was looking for. So one assumes that a glorious fire broke out, and you can see our strategy here is paying off nicely. There's something destroyed here, and 3 hull breaches, which would have been very challenging to patch up and then get their, weapons up and running again. So all around, a very good strategy. Let's get Frank to talk to Emil, who I believe is an enemy of ours, and let's collect these last few. Hello, Refriend, can you please help? Well, we're not really friendly, but I guess we'll make you a... So how does that work? Yeah, if they're enemies of ours, there's not much we can do about them being there. We can't really save them unless I make them slaves. So that's going to be a problem. Let's undraft that ship and kind of just undraft people that we see around that aren't kind of transporting prisoners. And let's take a look at our haul. Hopefully some food, because I notice we're low on seeds. Perfect. Okay. So we'll take all of these various things that we need. And we don't... monster meat. Yeah, we'll take it. Oh, perfect. Are replenishing the ammunition we spent destroying their ship, so that's nice of them. And I guess we kind of need all of that. So let's take all of that. We're not going to take any scrap. And let's move on and leave another trail of skeleton ships in our wake. Wednesday reminds me that there is actually a feature here called Turn Enemy Slaves into Your Prisoners. So that's one thing I was missing, and now we can at least save Emil from choking to death, but not save Emil from what is about to happen, which is their untimely imprisonment. The team is doing their last checks through of the ship and dismantling a few energy scraps just in case they release energy rods, but they aren't doing that, so we're just going to move on. And weirdly, one thing that I don't know why I like it, but I just turned on the oxygen meter and found this one room, one pocket of oxygen still left sealed in to the husk of this ship. Everything else, I think, vented out through a breach, or maybe they were able to close the vents on these doors. It looks like they closed the vents across all their doors, maybe. I can't quite tell. Oh, maybe not here, but they did in those spots there. So somehow this had no hull breaches. Oh, and it also had a oxygen generator still powering away, and it's created this little pocket that I hope doesn't bleed out. I hope people eventually, if they come across this ship, maybe their ship is in a bad way and they find this little pocket of fresh air, maybe stale air, just for a second, and they wonder what kind of ultra-powerful ship poked holes in a vessel like this. And then one day, if they are slavers or pirates, they will come across their answer, and that is the SCS Lotus. We bring the last of the prisoners on board, and we set our sights. Eventually, we're going to start jumping on our next target. There's the Morning Wolf out there, and the other one I forget, but we're going to go find them, because no slavers are safe in their home sector anymore. Captain Annie orders us out of warp, having found our next tasty little target. And maybe it's the wolf, I don't know, but we pull up and unwarp, de-warp, drop out of warp right in front of them. They have very little time to prepare, as do we. And already there's another ship on the way in, so we're going to want to make quick work of this ship here so that we can create and prepare our ship graveyard. I should have had this on red alert the whole time. That was an oversight on my part, because now we're waiting for Lyson to run all the way down this hallway, and now we've got our shields, I assume, pretty low. Yeah, so that's not ideal, but we'll start working through their shields as well with fairly unforgiving rates of fire. That's very nice to see. Just for the extra little oomph. How are they doing? Half their shields are down. Let's start adding in the missile turret for extra help. Yeah, it looks like they only have the 2 disruptors, so they just simply are not going to be able to outgun us in this fight, and we won't even... well, we'll probably lose our shields, maybe, but hopefully we won't take too many hits, and then we can prepare. Oh, they've done the right thing. In my estimation, they've done the right thing, which was to bail on us, but we'll be able to find them and finish that job, because I think their hull is now pretty damaged. But now we're ready, and in about 5 hours, the next ship will cycle in to add itself to the graveyard. The Avengers Fist shows its ugly face one more time, and this time we are this time we are ready, and we get the first shot off. So we'll see if we can't work our way through their engines, through their shields this time, before they spool their engines up. I wish there was a way to jam people from jumping. But if that was invented and added to Space Haven, I'm pretty sure the next thing that would happen is pirates would use it on you all the time in the early game, and you'd not be able to escape this kind of combat, which would be pretty game-breaking, I think. Looks like their shields are just about done, so we're going to load up and start firing our missile turret right into, I think that's about their command sector. We still have half our shields. Let's take a look over here at what the action is like. I wish Captain Annie would come and, like, be the captain. I wish there was, like, a... She's just asleep! Captain Annie's just taking a break. Probably because she knew they were going to escape. She is very wise that way. So let's make sure these are... Yeah, they're full and good to go. Let's power up our engines. I'd love to collect these resources, but we're going to have to come back for them later because I really want to net another kill this episode. Unfortunately, we're being pulled out into a nebula, which I am not looking forward to because I think that's really going to level the playing field a little bit here as our shields begin to decrease. Let's make sure to open fire on them. Select everything. Begin firing. We get the first shot off. Very nice. They will probably try to spool their engines up a little bit as our shields are going down. Oh, one of our... What happened to this one? Oh, okay, I see. Oh, maybe we're having power problems. Power distribution problems? Potentially. It's looking fairly nominal. Lots of green spots. Not really sure what's going on there, but we're going to start taking some hull damage here, so we got to be careful. Let's decline. Oh, and they've escaped again. Oh, my goodness. They are jumpy today. These fish are jumpy, but we'll get them. Don't worry, we'll get them. Patch those holes, orders Captain Annie. And they say, well, can we stay out of warp for a second? We just need a second. No. No seconds. Ah, they're staying put in this sector. Okay, so we're still going to be in a nebula without shields. Desperately trying to patch some of our holes. But so too, I assume, are they. Face your destruction, please. Can't you guys just stick around and die? The Avengers Fist asks for a ceasefire. They spool their engines one last time. Will they make it? They do make it. We still have hull breaches rocking through the core of the ship. We're going to spool up our engines one more time. How are we doing here? They've managed to weather our hull down by half just by doing these strategic jumps. Their only chance right now is to have backup come and save them. Evasion succeeded. Where are they going? They're going back to where we first met them. Evasion succeeded. And they're going to run down to this lower section. Evasion failed, finally. Okay, so there's unfortunately another ship on the way already, which means we need to get our shields back up as soon as possible after, hopefully, doing the death blow on this vessel. Let's go. All guns blazing here. We missed one. We'll grab that one. Let's try to wrap this thing up here as it tries desperately to get its shields up. You heard me. Gets its shields up. It is destroyed. Their shuttles don't appear to have any crew in them. So I think we need to patch our holes, lick our wounds, get our shields back up and running because we have 6 hours left until the next shuttle comes in. Ship. I guess I'm calling them shuttles, you know, to offend them, but they are ships. They're decent size. So let's see if what is that? The Morning Wolf wants to do a turn with us. There is a vessel. There are 2 shuttles on their way, but as far as I can tell, there's nobody in them, and they've come to rest underneath our ship, mainly as like a distraction, maybe to make us worried. Oh, we've got a solar flare coming in. Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, that's going to be bad for me, but hopefully I can get my shields back up and running. We're going to keep that on red alert so that we always have somebody operating that console, especially when the solar flare hits. So I assume we're about to have a lot of fires. Oh, my goodness, and micrometeoroids. Okay, so we have 8 hours from now. We do have our scanner telling us when it's going to happen. 2 hours from now, the second slaver's ship is going to come in. But right now, our shields are getting battered. We might have to be careful here. I think we're going to risk it. Captain Annie orders us to stay put and prepare to attack. She has had it with these slavers. Okay, how long are these micrometeoroids going to last? Because that is bad for us. 6 hours left. Okay, the SGS Kitsune Tails shows in. Guns blazing immediately. Oh my goodness, I'm not ready. I wasn't paying attention. And now my shields are down, and we've got to run somebody all the way. Okay, oh wait, I should have said yes. Why didn't I say yes to that? Okay, we've got to run somebody all the way to the turrets. Okay, there we go. We have somebody in the turrets here. They are trying to get their shields up, so let's get the missile launcher going right away. Ah, crap. You know what? We got to power our engines. Captain Annie orders us to power our engines because we don't have shields up. There's a solar flare in 5 hours, and they're taking a lot of damage though. But I think we're taking more, and I think that solar flare is just not gonna be something we can take on. So we jump. Battered and bruised, flying through the inky blackness of space. It is Stardate 536, and Captain Annie orders us to repair as quickly as possible and get our shields back up to full strength. We're going to probably sneak back over there and see if we can finish off the other ship as soon as possible, but first I want to get back into full strength, or at least 75% strength. I don't want that ship to leave this area, and I'm wondering if that solar flare is still going to happen. Like, it should have happened maybe an hour or two ago. And that would be just delightful if we came back and found a ship trying to put out its own fires. With our shields up at full and our hull stability only at about maybe 40%, Captain Annie orders us to jump back into the star system. She is just too aggressive and is not interested. Okay, evasion succeeded, but we're dropping anyway. She is not interested in leaving bounty behind. She's not interested in playing scared with the pirates. Their ship, horribly destroyed still, horribly in a very bad situation, prepares its defense, but our disruptors open fire immediately. Oh, 5 points of damage right there. Decline this time for real, properly declining them. And we have this ship here, probably with some folks on it. Let's get our operations scanner up so we can take a look at some of these ships. And the Kitsune Tails is destroyed. Just as predicted by Captain Annie. We do have a small contingent of folks headed over, so let's bring, Team 2, or that's 3, and bring Team 2 as well, and get them ready. I don't know if they're coming to board. No, they're just going to sit there. That's all right. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's take a quick scan of this place here. I think they're, usually this design of ship has a locker right about there. That's all it's letting us see, hey? Okay. I don't know if there's anybody left alive over on this ship or if they've all packed over into this one. We maintain our defensive stance on the boarding area. And we're going to continue bringing up our hull integrity here. We'll do a couple more scans. It looks like some shuttles are on the move. I'm not sure what Leslie and Ashley think they're going to accomplish here. Bring Team 2 and 3. They're going to crisscross for some reason. Let's bring them over to this defensive position and see if... yeah, there we go. Okay, I mean, Leslie and Ashley, good luck, I guess. Now, Gabby took some pretty good hits there, so Gabby's going to move forward and accept Leslie's surrender. I'm going to order that rebuilt right away. So they've given up themselves fairly quickly, but it could be a ruse. Those two might be getting themselves captured because they're injured or something. I mean, they're definitely injured now. But maybe they're going to stage some kind of prisoner escape. I'm not sure. The micrometeoroids start hailing down upon us. We're going to undraft these folks. These guys know where to go. You guys know where the prison is, right? It's in the starboard aft section of the ship, and it's the one that's running dangerously low on oxygen pretty soon, probably. So get yourselves in prison as the micrometeoroids rain down. We prepare to repair our ship a little bit, and then we prepare to board both the Kitsune Tails and the Scavenger's Fist, who are being currently battered by the same micrometeoroids we are. Oh my goodness, an action-packed end to that episode, but we're going to have to find out what happens to both of these ships and their crews in the start of the next episode of Space Haven. I hope you found this to be some truly solid content, and we'll see you all in the next part of Destroying the Slavers.